The following broadcast is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications. Any non-personal retransmission of this broadcast without the express written consent of 412 Communications is hereby prohibited.
After splitting a home-and-home against the Bronx of Rider University, the Delaware Blue Hens kick off another home-and-home series this weekend, taking on former Mid-Atlantic Collegiate Hockey Conference rivals and current ACCHL Conference rivals from down the 95 from the University of Maryland as the Terrapins come to town for a Friday evening matchup from Fred Rust Arena. James Witherite, delighted to be joining you all from the 412 Communications press box. Happy early Thanksgiving to one and all as we kick off another weekend of Blue Hen hockey action here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Simulcast on the Maryland Hockey Network both tonight and tomorrow. We'll welcome in the second half of our broadcast team Andrew Rich in just a little bit. But before we get too deep into the proceedings, a look at the lineup cards as we head right in to the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups and line charts. Delaware, after a bit of a rough patch to start November, righted the ship last week. They lost to Rider 4-0 here on Friday, but then pulled off a shootout win Saturday. Joey Wogish with the game-winning goal at the Lawrenceville School to put the Hens back in the win column, and then they defeated Stevenson by a tally of 5-4 on Sunday in Baltimore. Joey Hooper getting the call once again between the pipes. He's 7-8-0 on the year with a .388 goals against average and a .909 save percentage. Joey Wogish back in the lineup for only the past 2 weeks, but he's done all right for himself with 2 goals and 2 assists, including the game winner at Rider on Saturday. He'll be on the second line along with Dimitri Mahalios and Jake Quinn. Top combination, Brendan Stam, Brian Kramer, and Ethan Sharp have combined for 19 goals so far this year. On the other side of the red line, Joe Carter's Maryland Terrapins. Rough patch for them this season, 4-10-4 on the year. They haven't won a game in their last 11, looking to turn it around in this weekend home-and-home series, which kicks off here at Fred Rust Arena. And tomorrow, the late-night game at the Gardens Ice House in Laurel, Maryland. We'll have that for you on both the DHN and the MHN again. Looking at the stat lines, Tucker Healy, 7 goals and 14 apples this season. He's the only Terrapin in point-a-game territory. Trevor Drake getting close, sitting at 7 goals and 9 assists. Good for 16 points in 18 games played. We'll see Healy together with Patrick Harnan and Travis Duchesne on the front line. Brian Teske and Sean Amon, the starting defensive pair. Between the pipes, inheriting the number 30, which once belonged to Henri Pelletier, it is Patrick Adams getting the call. He's 4-8-3 on the year with a .427 goals against average and a save percentage of .890. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. And the Delaware Hockey Network is proudly presented all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long. Whether you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be, and that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule your free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664. That's LONG, or visit injuryde.com. When we come back, we'll head inside the glass for opening introductions. The Battle of I-95 as the Terrapins of the University of Maryland make the trek north to take on the University of Delaware Blue Hens in their first of 2 meetings this season, their first of 2 meetings this weekend. And it will be right here on the Delaware Hockey Network and our friends at the Maryland Hockey Network, too. It's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes to kick off a weekend home and home.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena as we kick off a weekend twin bill, rather a weekend home and home between Maryland and Delaware. We're going to head right inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates opening introductions. Hockey fans, good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division II regular season matchup between the visiting University of Maryland Terrapins and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Here are this evening's starting lineups. For the visiting Maryland Terrapins, coached by Joe Carter. Starting in goal from Catonsville, Maryland, number 30, Patrick Adams. On defense, from Woodbine, Maryland, number 18, Brian Teskey. And from Rockville, Maryland, number 26, Sean Amon. At left wing, from South Boston, Massachusetts, number 17, Patrick Harnan. At right wing, from Boulder, Colorado, number 24, Travis Duchesne. And at center, from Stamford, Connecticut, number 5, Tucker Healy. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal, a senior from Long Beach Township, New Jersey, number 33, Joey Hooper. On defense, a senior from Greenville, South Carolina, number 28, Sean Lipinski. And a senior from Staten Island, New York, number 3, Pat Flaherty. At left wing, a sophomore from Dedham, Massachusetts, number 11, Brendan Staff. At right wing, a sophomore from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, number 14, Brian Kramer. And starting at center, a senior from Wilmington, Delaware, your captain, number 15, Ethan Sharp. Your Blue Hens are coached by Vince Falkowski and Bob Stroik, assisted by Dylan Green. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Rob Savastano and John Poling, and linesmen Gavin Doyle and James Mandel. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Braves. And with no further ado, friends and fans, it's time for Friday night hockey in the first state. Blue Hens traveling from left to right in their home white sweaters. Blue helmets, blue pants, blue numbers. The Maryland Terrapins moving from right to left in their away black kits. Sharp red helmets, easy to read, yellow numbers on the back of the sweater. And now we bring in the second half of our broadcast team from the Maryland Hockey Network, the Terrapins own Andrew Rich. Andrew, great to share the air with you. Great to chat hockey.
Oh, it's always awesome, James. Thank you so much for having us and continuing this tradition of the DHN and the MHN. And this is going to be a good one. These two teams only separated by 2 points in the standings. Big boy hockey here today from Newark, Delaware. Here we go.
Blue Hens winning the opening draw. They set up a 2-on-2. Brendan Stam caroms the puck behind the net, picked up by Sharp behind the cage, but he was double-teamed by a pair of Maryland backcheckers. Back this came to Stam. Sharp working the far corner. He tried to center this taken away, held in by Lipinski at the left point. He gets one through traffic. Rebound chance on the doorstep. Kramer was wide on that secondary shot after Sean Lipinski, the South Carolinian, got one away on net.
That shot was tipped on net, and Patrick Adams had to make a good save, an early test for the Terps goaltender.
No shot here as Sean Amon threw the puck toward Hooper amid a delayed offside. Terps tag up. Hens reset. Lipinski clears. Fanning on the puck just above the blue line. That was James Body. Icing waved off by Gavin Doyle. Winning the race to the puck was Brendan Stam. It's tied up directly behind the Maryland cage. Brought out near side by Captain Daniel Tomaszewski. The early pace mighty slow here from Fred Rust Arena as Hooper covers this for a pause 63 seconds in.
Saw that stretch pass there from Daniel Tomaszewski looking to stretch out Michael Schreibman in all alone. Schreibman, we know he's got that speed. Played very well in his last game against the UNC Tar Heels. Looking to do the same here tonight against the Blue Hens.
Second line on for Delaware. Jake Quinn overpowered on the face-off circle. Quick shot away. Recovering is Tomaszewski. He chips the puck up the near glass to Schreibman. Centering feed and a wide shot from on the doorstep. Luke Mohan.
It was a really good chance.
Delaware.
Really good chance for the Terrapins. They're moving in 2-on-1. Schreibman across to Mohan. And a good save there by Joey Hooper.
Coming to the 2-minute mark of the opening period.
Penalty upcoming here. It's going to be interference. And it looks like Andre Serra heading to the box for the Terrapins. So Delaware heading to the power play here early.
Minute 51 into opening period play.
It's been a struggle for the Terps all season long, trying to stay out of the box, trying to stay clean and play clean games and play as much even strength time as they can. But once again, they find themselves down a man. It's going to be a big penalty kill here early.
And for the Delaware Blue Hens, the first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the evening. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's commitment to health and wellness for athletes of all ages and abilities. Visit desportsmed.com. The Maryland penalty was assessed to number 9, Andre Serra. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 1 minute 51 seconds in the first period. Serra 2 for interference at 1:51. Terps clear. Mahalios back to recover. He's on together with Stam, Sharp, Wogish, and Kramer. 5 forwards in this high-flying PP1 unit for Delaware. Sharp, the recipient of the breakout pass. Angled into the near corner by Tomaszewski. Recovering the puck was Duchesne. He couldn't backhand it clear. Stam throws it in from the top of the right circle, just missing the near post. Cycle back from Sharp to Mahalios, across to Wogish. Stam, top of the zone. Back it goes beyond the reach of Joey Wogish. Reeled in by Sharp, but again he's angled by Tomaszewski to the near corner. 70 seconds gone in this Delaware power play. Hens have not been able to generate a shot on goal. They've just managed to cycle the puck around the perimeter of the zone. Joey Engelman back at his own line, recovers. Hens change, second unit on. Kramer waiting for the reinforcements to come in. Joining Engelman and Kramer were Quinn Greco and Flaherty, and this goes over the glass and out.
Good pressure early here from the Blue Hens on this top power play unit. Now they get their second unit out there. That puck just played out of play by Joey Engelman. But some good looks for that top unit. They're getting pucks on net. Terps were able to clear and get a change. Now we got a neutral zone faceoff here.
16:34 to go in the first period. 25 seconds remaining on the Serra penalty. And the Hens unable to break back into Maryland territory as this is sent clear. Play action behind the cage. Engelman to Anthony Greco, who races up the right wing boards while bothered by Harden. Greco able to work back into Maryland territory, together with third liner Nick Lawson and Jake Quinn. Flaherty and Engelman manning the points. Cross-ice pass ricochets off the near boards. Flaherty kicks this back to Greco. Maryland full strength, keeping Delaware without a single shot in that first Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the night. We're scoreless through 4 minutes and a few extra ticks.
It's a good start for the Terps on that penalty kill. As you said, James, no shots, but some good looks for the Blue Hens. We get an icing here, so this face-off going to come all the way back down into the Terps defensive end.
Variale in for the draw as the fourth line gets their first touch of the night for Delaware. Ryan Nicholson and Owen McManus at the wings of the junior from Wilmington.
This one just offside at the Delaware line. Get a face-off right in front of that Blue Hen bench.
And again in for it is Variale across from Prusement. Dumped in over the line, recovered by Lipinski. And advanced up the middle by Owen McManus. Full send from the Delaware fourth line here to reestablish attacking position. Variale could not flip the puck to McManus. Henry Scriven, the Frenchman, recovers. Perusement flips this in from distance. Puck is covered with 15:08 gone in the opening period of play.
Still a little bit of a feeling out process here. Both teams trying to get a sense for what the other team is going to do. The first time these two teams have met this season, and they're only separated by 2 points in the conference standings.
Now to the 5-minute mark of the opening period. A 0-0 game from Fred Rust Arena. And Brendan Fleming directs the puck away from the path of Blake Warner, who came charging back toward the Delaware line. This flipped by Stam to Kramer. Back into Terps territory they come. Centering pass. Sharp had to reach for the puck. His momentum carried him to the far corner. This thrown in from the point by Getz. Long shot was blocked by Tucker Healy.
Yeah,
who
Tucker,
heads to the bench in pain.
He's feeling that one.
And we've got a pause in action.
Tucker Healy very slow to get up there. He's going to take a seat on the bench now. That was a good chance for the Blue Hens. Ethan Sharp found himself kind of alone there in front, and Blake Warner on the back check was able to knock it away from him. Sharp could not get the shot off, as we're going to get another defensive zone draw here for the Terps to the right of Patrick Adams.
Andre Serra in for the face-off across from Sharp. Sharp takes a shoulder battling for the puck. It was Teskey delivering the hit. This trickles back up the near side. Serra protecting for the Terrapins. This floated up ice off the stick of Brian Teskey. Recovered in neutral zone. Recovered in neutral territory, we should say. by Brian Kramer. Here's Stamina 1-on-2 the other way. The drop pass to Sharp, ruled ultimately the catalyst for an offside entry.
That was a great stick there by Brian Teskey. He actually had himself turned around at the beginning of that rush, was able to flip himself the right way and get a stick on puck, and that forced that offside.
6 minutes have elapsed at Fred Rust Arena. No score between the Terrapins and the Blue Hens as Hooper gloves this down for the Pods. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Engelman to Mahalios, across ice to Quinn, who enters up the near side. He takes aim from distance, and holding for the pause is Adams.
Again, nothing super dangerous here early. Just teams kind of figuring out what they want to do, how they want to attack the opposing side. A couple shots for the Blue Hens here early. Again, everything to the outside so far.
13:23 to go in the first. Puck is down, trying to crash the net off the draw was Quinn. But it was taken away from him and cleared by Amon. Wogish recovers. Quinn tags back up. So the Hens back on side, but that delayed offside situation gives James Bonney a little bit of time to operate out of his own zone. He hits a stretch pass well up ice to Dishner. Taken away from him. Wogish leads a 2-on-2 counterattack for the Blue Hens. Wogish back in the lineup just for 2 weeks. In 6 games has accounted for 2 goals and 2 assists. Great to have him back in the lineup for Delaware. But Austin Vecchio, sidelined yet for an upper body injury. We'll see him back after the Thanksgiving break.
And that last shot there was the first shot on goal in 4 minutes.
So Delaware struggling to generate momentum here as they find themselves back in their own end. This is taken away by Mahalios. Trying to generate an odd man rush. He's on together with Lipinski. Mahalios stick handled to generate some space, but the centering pass intended for Lipinski didn't connect. 12:15 to go in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game. Maryland with the lead in the shot department, but only by a margin of 3-2. Anthony Greco looking to make it a third Delaware shot, but it was deflected away. Good stick check by Body, doing well to clog up the slot. Good gap control from number 15 in Maryland Black there as well.
James Body's been really good at blocking shots over the last couple of weeks, putting his body on the line, and he's doing it again here against the Blue Hens. Big shot block there.
And a solid hit there. Keeping Body out of the Delaware zone. Throwing the shoulder was Josh Flom, third line center for Delaware tonight, but in past seasons did most of his work for the Blue Hens in a defensive capacity. Icing waved off by linesperson Gavin Doyle. That's going to force Getz to chase back into his own zone to recover. Milsarek peels back behind his own goal. Greco to Lawson, up the left wing boards, Hens outnumbered in the neutral zone. A 2-on-4 entry for the Blue Hens. The shot from Nick Lawson goes up into the netting and out of play with 11:17 to go in the first period and no score from Fred Rust Arena.
You see Tucker Healy back out there for the Terrapins. A couple of minutes ago, we saw him kind of test out his skates during a whistle, just going for a little bit of a lap. And now he is back out there centering this line. So good to see Tucker back out there after blocking that shot a few minutes ago.
Healy and Variale took the near circle draw. Holding the right point for Delaware was Getz. Pursuing is Nicholson. Puck taken away. Harnan working it up ice. Variale recovers well inside his own line. Under pressure from Tucker Healy, leading scorer for Maryland with 7 goals and 14 assists on the year. The only Terrapin touching point-a-game territory to this point of the season. Nicholson, stick handles. He tries to walk a path to the cage. Centering feed intended for Variale was intercepted on the welcome mat by Duchesne and fired clear. Milsarek back to recover. Tomaszewski, the forechecker. Buckman working the near side. He gives it away to Healy. Thrown into the slot, recovered by McManus, and he backhands this puck out of harm's way. It's pushed through neutral territory by Variale, but given up to Tomaszewski. The counterattack for Maryland's going to be called back offside.
Michael Schreiman just a little bit too far ahead of the play. He was looking for that saucer pass from Daniel Tomaszewski. However, he was across the line before that puck entered. So offside at the Delaware line, and it's a neutral zone draw here. Sharp and Chase Wilson on it.
Really hard, Andrew, to get a gauge for what's the pace of this game going to be. It's been really slow so far, been really disjointed so far. What's it going to take at this point?
Yeah, it's tough to tell. It's been a lot of one-and-done opportunities, not a whole lot of sustained zone pressure. It's going to take one of these teams just getting in on that forecheck, really start to work down low, get that cycle going, work it up towards the point, and getting shots on goal. That's how you're going to generate chances. But as you said, James, so far, really not a whole lot of grade A chances for either side. Look out.
Ooh. I thought Kramer was offside there as Stam took the shot from distance, but it was wide as well.
Look out here.
Follow-up intercepted. Here coming the other way is Schreibman. Schreibman steered out of the shot lane by Joey Engelman, who hustled on the back check. Great effort from number 4 in Delaware White to break up what had the potential of being the first A-grade chance of the night. This shot from distance off the stick of Sean Amon was turned aside by Hooper, and Flaherty recovers. We're past halfway in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game.
That was a great defensive play by Joey Engelman. Michael Schreiman was breaking in, and he is one of the speediest players on this Terps team. So very good defense from the Blue Hen defender.
The lanky Blake Warner trying to advance the puck to Perusmond, but that pass got broken up. Follow-up chance from distance. Shot all the way from the neutral zone, held on to by Joey Hooper for a break in the action with 8:46 to go in the first period, and still no score from Fred Rust Arena. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. 8.5 to go in the first period of play from Fred Rust Arena. Not just looking for that elusive first goal, but looking for that elusive first A-grade chance. It's been a sluggish start to this game for both teams as Ilham Abdullayev took aim from the top of the right circle, but Joey Hooper had the last word on him.
Yep, penalty upcoming here. This one's going to go against Delaware. James Body got hooked up, and it's going to be a holding call, actually. 8:07 on the clock. We're going to get the first look at this Terrapins power play.
Dimitri Mahalios sent off.
And James, just as we were talking about no grade A chances, Ilham Abdullayev fired one from the top of the circle on that right side. It found its way through Joey Hooper, but it hit the post and skirted away to the corner. So first chance there for the Terrapins. Now they get the look on the power play.
Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kills starting for the Blue Hens. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 16, Dimitri Mahalios. 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 53 seconds in the first period. Mahalios 2 for holding at 11:53. Just over 12 minutes gone in a laborious first period.
It's a good word for it. Very good stick there. I believe that was Buckman. Got his stick parallel to the ice and broke up that chance. Back the other way.
Lawson almost on the doorstep as the Hens try to generate some shorthanded momentum. But the feed from Anthony Greco didn't connect. 3-on-2 the other direction. Tomaszewski taking aim. Hooper slamming the door with 65 seconds left on the man advantage.
How about the rebound control from Joey Hooper here early? He has been very quick to cover the puck and not given up any rebounds. So the Blue Hen goaltender been standing strong here early. Got to see him play at the ACC Showcase. It's going to be a tough test for the Terps if they want to beat him, but keep the shots coming.
Stam and Mohan in for the draw. Puck is down. Mohan couldn't get through traffic net front. This is cleared by Sean Lipinski. And the race back to the Maryland blue line sees Kramer get tied up now in the near corner with Sandell. Schreibman begins the breakout, feeding the puck to Patrick Harnan. He's bodied into the Delaware bench by Lipinski. Still he's able to carom the puck behind the net, but Flaherty recovers for the Blue Hens. Taken right back away by Harnan. Stam reaching for the puck. Kramer protects. He bobbles it at the blue line. He gives it right up to Mohan, who walks back in over the Delaware stripe, but he was pinched to the near wall by the tandem of both Kramer and Flaherty. Karam shot behind the net, turns play to the opposite side. Lipinski failed to clear, 13 seconds remaining on the Mahalios penalty, 6 1/3 to go. In the opening period, still 0-0 from Fred Rust Arena, and the Hens will get through their first Mahalios penalty of the game unscathed.
And the Delaware Blue Hens starting to bring the physicality here now, and it's forcing the Terps to make quick decisions. That's why they really couldn't get anything going.
Covered by Hooper for the pause with 6:02 to go in the opening period. And the face-off is going to come to the left of Joey Hooper after he recorded his eighth save of the afternoon. Is it afternoon? Is it evening? These 5:30 start times, I don't know, Andrew.
I'm going to go with evening. I mean, that's what I put in my pregame tweet, so we're going to stick with it, but hey, it's up to you, James. This is the Delaware Hockey Network, man.
Great to share the air with you, man.
It really is. It really is. I'm glad this has become a tradition and hopefully a long-standing one.
Well, certainly as long as we're around, we hope to keep it going.
For sure.
Shot from the right point off the stick of Body, gloved down by Hooper. The puck lay loose. Delaware has only managed 2 shots on goal in this first period. Make it 3. But in terms of momentum, now that the game is starting to feel itself out, the Terrapins have put steady pressure in the Delaware zone, and they've carried that pressure through after ultimately an unsuccessful power play. But knowing as we do, this is such a game of momentum that Maryland's sustained pressure in the Hen zone is absolutely going to count for something. It's just a matter before the dam breaks.
Absolutely, and even if you're not scoring, you're still making the defense think they have to make decisions, and it's forcing them to change things up. Something else is going to open up, and the Terps are starting to figure it out here about 3/4 of the way through period 1.
Hens trying to prolong a counterattack. The Michael Buckman shot from the right point off the feed up the near wall was high and wide. This is brought back to neutral territory by Duchesne. Played across to Healy. Up the left side, he walks back into the Delaware zone. Duchesne at the half wall, shooting, but that chance was blocked by Flom right at the release. Healy trying to cut through the slot, pickpocketed by Lawson. Odd man rush for the Hens. Lawson up the middle, slowed up by Serra. He and Flom collide after the play, and the whistle of John Poling brings play to a halt. With 4:15 to go in the first period, still no score from Fred Rust Arena. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at the Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Quick shot off the draw, Andrew, that the 10th from the Terrapins, but likewise the 10th save for Joey Hooper as the Hens' Sean Lipinski turns play back to center, and Brian Teskey slams the vulcanized rubber back deep into the Delaware zone, enough to enable a few Terps to change up in favor of some fresh legs.
Yeah, Joey Hooper's been really good so far. That chance on the last one by Travis Duchesne was tipped right in front. It's always tough for a goaltender to read just because they have to switch how they read that shot coming in very close to the net. Joey Hooper standing up to every test he's seen so far here tonight. Big hit.
Flom laying the body on Serra as he tried to center the puck. Lawson could not work back into the Maryland zone. Lipinski up the right wall to Lawson. He tries to float this across the line to Sharp, but the pass was stick-checked off its intended target, and Teskey recovers. Serra up the left wing boards. Set up Warner. Cross-ice breakout pass on the stick of Abdullayev.
Penalty upcoming here.
And this is going to go against the Terrapins.
Looks like it's going to be Abraham Peruzman. Delivered a check there in the corner. I believe it was on Sean Lipinski. And Peruzman is heading to the box. We'll see what the call
like
is.
Savastano called it boarding, Andrew.
Boarding? Yeah, I would think that's the right call. And Peruzman will head to the box. 2 minutes for boarding, so Delaware power play getting back to work.
Second Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the night. Learn more at desportsmed.com. Jake Quinnen for the opening draw of Delaware's second power play across from Healy. And the Hens hold the zone. The Maryland penalty was assessed to number 39, Abraham Peruzman. 2 minutes for boarding. Time of the penalty, 16 minutes, 58 seconds in the first period. Peruzman, 2 for boarding at 16:58. Quinn looking for a lane. Flaherty, one-timer from Engelman. Made it on net from distance. But Adams steered the puck out of harm's way before Lawson could capitalize on the net front rebound.
Nick Lawson was doing some damage there in front. He had a chance a couple seconds ago where he tipped it right in front. And again, that shot from Joey Engelman, Lawson was able to find a stick on it. So important for the Terps. Box out in front. Keep those shooting lanes open so Patrick Adams can see it.
Engelman bothered by a Harnan poke check. Flaherty held the zone. Across to Greco this goes. In front of the Maryland bench. Back to Flaherty. Engelman looking for the shot lane. Stealing the puck was Amon, but he cleared it over the glass and out with 1:53 to go in the opening period.
Yeah, still 52 seconds remaining on that Peruzman penalty. And good work from the Blue Hens here. Still looking to get some sustained pressure. But the Terps are doing a decent job of keeping the chances to the outside. And we'll see what the Blue Hens can do here with a little less than half of their power play to go.
Final minute 45 in the opening period. Sustained puck battle directly in front of us. And weaving this through traffic and clear was Sean Amon. As we come to the final half minute on the Peruzman boarding minor. Stam up the left wing boards. With a couple of his passing lanes taken away, tried to play the carom shot through traffic in behind the net. It came back to Stam, working the left point. To Kramer, directly behind the cage. Winding up was Joey Wogish, getting one through traffic, but saved by Adams as the Peruzman penalty works to its conclusion. And we enter the final minute of the opening period.
That was a good chance there for the Blue Hens, and the shot came from that left side, and the Blue Hens did a really good job collapsing all their pressure right into that slot area. They generated a good chance right there. Terps were able to clear and kill off the second power play of the game for the Blue Hens.
Tomaszewski to Trevor Drake, wearing number 13 this season.
Yeah, he switched it up.
The puck up the right wing boards. I don't know if it's the same for you, Andrew, but whenever a player changes numbers, to me, it's like having to relearn an entirely new human being.
100%. I associate numbers so heavily with the player, so when someone changes it like Trevor Drake, it's definitely tough, but he's now number 13 to me, not 29 anymore.
Lawson, centering pass off his backhand, sailed beyond Milseric. Trying to clear was Drake, but to no avail. This launched in by Flom from distance as the final seconds of the opening period tick away, and we're going to head to the first intermission. Scoreless through 20. Through the first period, there is no score between the Delaware Blue Hens and the Maryland Terrapins. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network, presented by the law office of Heather A. Long. James Witherite joined by Andrew Rich here in the 412 Communications press box tonight. What a disjointed first 20 minutes.
That is certainly one way to put it, James. Yeah, both teams really struggling to find any sort of grade A chance, and I think we equated it to 0 for both sides at the end of period 1. So really not much accomplished after 20 minutes of play, and still a whole lot of feeling out to do here as we enter the second period.
Sharp and Healy in for the opening draw. They're off in the second. This is Kramer. Drop pass to Sharp. Thrown through the blue paint. Puck skitters past the reach of Patrick Adams into the near corner. Tied up by Kramer. Left for Stam, but recovered by Sean Amon. In Maryland black. Terrapins working from left to right here in the second period in their away black kits. Those sharp red helmets, red gloves, they're moving, as mentioned, left to right from west to east here in second period play. The Delaware Blue Hens, if you're just joining us. Moving from right to left, from east to west in their home whites. Sean Lipinski bobbled the puck at the near point. Confronted by Duchesne. This is tipped over the glass and out.
Something's got to happen here. We need something to break the ice, whether it's a quick breakaway chance, a good shot, something is going to tear this game open, and then the chances are going to start flying. We're just waiting on that one moment, and now we got a neutral zone faceoff. It's going to be Sharp for the Blue Hens. Chase Wilson slotting in for the Terps.
Wilson victorious over the faceoff circle this time. Leaving the puck to Body. Thrown through traffic, recovered by the other 15, Ethan Sharp, as the puck pinballed off the skates of Wilson. Flaherty swats this in. Kramer tags up to ensure an onside entry. Recovering behind the Maryland cage was Tomaszewski. Taking aim from in close was Kramer off the turnover, but he was locked out on the doorstep by Adams, who recorded save number 7.
And a great play there by James Body. Got his stick in the way, breaking up that chance. There was a good chance there for the Blue Hens right in front. But Terps responded.
Launching the puck into traffic was Body. Wilson couldn't finish on the welcome mat. Lipinski skates this up the left side. The South Carolinian to Stam. Trying to headman the puck to Kramer. This ends up being a long shot thrown in. And it is covered for the pause in play by Adams.
And both teams getting a change in here. We'll get 10 new skaters on the ice as we get this offensive zone draw for the Blue Hens to the right of Patrick Adams, Mohan, and looks like Quinn there.
Jake Quinn in for Delaware indeed. 94 seconds into the second period. A pair of Delaware shots on goal, both D-grade chances, and that's being generous. As again, this feeling out period, usually only 4 or 5 minutes before we see any sort of semblance of momentum. Here, it is stretched now to 22 minutes.
It's ridiculous at this point, but I mean, both teams know how important this game is and how important these 2 conference points are that are on the line, and now we have a penalty upcoming.
Neither team willing to make the first mistake. And Mahalios is going to go again. What did Johnny Poling get him for? Roughing.
Roughing is the call. So maybe this is it. Maybe the Terps need another power play chance to break something open. Maybe they find a different passing lane here or something that makes their way towards the front of the net. But a fresh 2 minutes of power play time. Dimitri Mahalios back in the box as we get ready to go here on this second Terps power play of the game.
The Hens back on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill, as Mahalios made his way back to the box. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 16, Dimitri Mahalios, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes, 2 seconds of the second period. Mahalios 2 for roughing at 2:02. The chance from Healy from an awkward angle was blocked, and the Hens clear. Greco, Mulseric, Buckman, and Lawson. The quartet of penalty killers. This is Healy. Trying to dipsy-doodle through traffic. Greco nearly stripped the puck from him. Tucker Healy trailing back toward the line. Dishes the puck to Duchesne in the far corner. Pass broken up by the Blue Hens' Anthony Greco and cleared. Enough to force the Terrapins to tag back up. This shot from Trevor Drake skipped wide. Hooper made a play on the puck, but it was outside the red frame. 42 seconds remaining on the Mahalios penalty. Duchesne holds the point. He throws the puck off the near corner boards. It is recovered by Tomaszewski. He's pinched by both Lawson and Mulseric in toward the Dashers. CJ Mulseric taking the puck away. Lawson forced to protect as he's double-teamed. Now Mulseric under two-ply pressure as Healy and Drake dig away at the vulcanized rubber and maintain it for the Terps. Teskey to Healy walking in. He crashes the net. Sealing off the near post was Hooper. We come to the final 5 seconds of Mahalios' second penalty. Lawson's one-on-one. Stopped by a Brian Teskey poke check right at the Maryland line.
That's a big hit over there. Teskey on Lawson, and Lawson is feeling that one. Terps come back the other way. Again, struggling to get things set up on that power play. Good defense from the Blue Hens, but overall, Terps just weren't able to get a clean enough zone entry and couldn't get enough set up to get some clean shots on. So
0 shots on net. Here's an odd man rush for Delaware. Brendan Stam. Centering pass. That made it on net. Sticked away by Adams. Here's Stam again. Taking a body from Sandell in the far corner. Kramer reaches in to extract the puck from the pack. He skates free of pressure. Centering feed. Intended for Sharp was broken up. Lipinski held the point. Sandell won the race to the puck in the far corner. And this is pushed clear by Drake. Ahead to Alex Sandell. 2-on-1. Joining the rush was Flaherty for Delaware. Strong back-checking pressure from the alternate captain to break up the centering feed. Sharp recovers. Serra holds. Again centered. The one-timer from Sandell from close-up was wide. Stam to Kramer the other direction. 25 and a half minutes have gone by here, Andrew, and we're still looking for that elusive first goal of the game. Brings back memories of the mock playoffs a couple years ago in New Jersey.
And going back to that 2-on-1 for the Maryland Terrapins, it was Alex Sandell with Luke Mohan. Great defensive play by Sean Lipinski there, playing his role perfectly, cutting off the passing lane, forcing Sandell to make a decision. Alex Sandell was forced to carry the puck behind the net, and a good chance for the Terps made look easy by Sean Lipinski.
You remember that 1-0 overtime thriller, don't you?
I do remember that. I believe that was Liam Eden who scored that,
I think
that
you're
game
right.
winner. I wasn't on the Maryland Hockey Network at that point, but I do remember that game.
What a great hockey player Liam was.
He really was. He really was.
Really, really a treat to watch him in action. Here's Joey Engelman from distance.
I believe Liam Eden is coaching now, doing some coaching in his spare time.
Adams with the glove save and the hold, and that brings the face-off to his right with 14:01 to go in the second period. Jake Quinn joined by Chase Wilson in the near circle. Engelman winds up off the post from 62 feet. Joey Wogish turns this behind the net to Quinn. Kick back high to Engelman. Nicholson. Cycle to the mighty Quinn. Back high, this comes to Engelman. Hens cycling well on the near side of the zone. Wogish turns this back to Quinn. Pressured in the far corner by Wilson. Nicholson Up the wall. Buckman taking aim. Shot was blocked by Schreibman, stepping up aggressively on the defensive. Engelman working to hold the zone, did so. Wogish launches the puck in off the backboards from distance. This is covered by Adams for the pause with 13:17 to go in the second period of a scoreless hockey game from Fred Rust Arena. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. 13 and change to go in the second period. No score. Aiden Getz held the line. He tried to pile drive his way to the net, but he was steered outside the house by Haley. Sandell muscles this back the other way before Vinny Variale got him tied up 20 feet inside the Delaware zone and recovered the puck for the Blue Hens. Fleming, one of 10 freshmen on this Delaware lineup, could not clear. He recovers the puck. This is lofted from blue line to blue line and then some, brought down by Alex Sandell between the circles and the Maryland end. Fleming from center to McManus. He sends the puck up the near wall. It rolls behind the cage to the far corner of the Maryland zone. And this is going to come back in icing.
And Delaware is starting to figure things out now. Got a little bit of sustained zone pressure there over the last couple of minutes. Saw that shot from Joey Engelman about a minute and a half ago hit off the post to the right of Patrick Adams. That shot came from 62 feet away, as James said, and caught all iron. So a good chance there for the Blue Hens. They're starting to figure out how to set something up in the offensive zone now against these Terps.
Hens taking advantage of the icing, getting the big guns on for the offensive zone draw. Stam turned and shot. Didn't give himself a great angle, but got one on net. Adams with save number 11. So 22 total shots, 22 total saves to this point. Lipinski could not protect the point, and he's forced back to his own blue line to recover. He throws the puck through traffic. It will come back and icing the other direction with 11:58 to go, and still no score from Fred Rust Arena.
And we've seen both teams have had a couple of minutes where they've started to figure things out, and then they just go right back to one and done. So it's going to take some more sustained pressure from either one of these teams. They want to put a puck in behind either Hooper or Adams. We'll see who strikes first here. Maybe we'll get one in period number 2. We might have to wait all night. We'll see, James.
Mohan won the draw. Here's Teske. Off the feedback from Mohan. Give and go near side. Teske opens fire from the right point. This is gloved down by Hooper, and he holds.
That was a good save there by Hooper. You saw Keenan Waters was standing right in front, causing a whole lot of trouble. Sean Lipinski was trying to box him out, and a good play by Waters to kind of spin away from the pressure and make his way towards the front of the net. But Hooper tracked it down through the screen. Good save for the Delaware goaltender.
11:40 to go in period number 2. Still a 0-0 game from Fred Rust Arena. As our scorebug is back up and running. A couple minor hiccups through the course of the evening, but
we push on.
That we do. We get our feed directly from downstairs now. So we'll only take half the blame. Engelman to Buckman. Bobbled the puck at the line, but barely protected the zone. The 11s converge at the base of the Delaware bench. Waters and Stam. They attract a crowd. Puck is knocked loose, recovered by Perusement. The pass back to Amon. Didn't connect. Walking back in is Joey Wogish. Odd man rush for the Hens. Here they come in numbers. Engelman with a shot from the top of the left circle into the pads of Adams and kick to the near side. Engelman again after Adams' 13th save, setting up Quinn from long range. That one was wide and off the backboards. Wogish, Buckman, Engelman again from distance. Quinn's follow-up. stopped and held by Patrick Adams for a break in the action with 10:05 to go in the second period of a 0-0 hockey game.
And Delaware, they're starting to figure things out here in the offensive zone. They are putting the pressure on the Terps. That was Quinn, Jake Quinn, who had that most recent chance. He was able to walk right to the slot and take a good shot on Patrick Adams.
And
but
here
again,
it comes again on replay.
Yeah, there was that shot. That one went up and out of play, but Patrick Adams has stood tall so far, and still no score here from Fred Rust Ice Arena.
Coming to the halfway point of the second period, Joey Wogish tried to backhand one from the bottom of the near circle, ultimately to no avail. Abdullayev the other way. Drop pass to Warner at the left point. He rolls the puck behind the net. It comes back to Wogish at the far side. He pushes this clear. No icing as Blake Warner plays the puck in the far corner of his own zone. Body steadies behind the Maryland goal. He chips this off the glass. And it will come back an icing with 9:28 remaining in the second period of a 0-0 hockey game. Delaware and Maryland have accounted for 25 shots, but they've yet to light the lamp. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital. Web design, book editing, live streaming, social media marketing, and more. East Coast, West Coast, and everywhere in between. The 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. Learn more at 412communications.com. 11 minutes gone in period number 2. A vicious hit laid by Chase Wilson on Flom to recover the puck. Rob Savastano rules that within the bounds of play, but driving up the left side was McManus for Delaware to try to generate a chance. He was outnumbered deep in the Maryland zone. Here coming back the other direction and shooting was Brian Kramer to no avail. That one made it on for save number 15 for Patrick Adams.
Terps are on their heels right now. They're going to have to start bringing the physicality if they want to get themselves back in this game. We saw the Blue Hens do it earlier, and now look at the pressure they're mounting. Terps need to do the same thing.
Here in the second period, Delaware's outshot Maryland 9-1.
Wow.
This is covered, and we've got a break in the action with 8:15 to go in the second period. Face-off coming to the right of Joey Hooper, who stopped all 11 Maryland shots on goal he's seen. We will do it all again tomorrow, and we'll get this in a graphic for you during the third period. Delaware and Maryland meet at the Gardens Ice House in Laurel, Maryland, just outside the nation's capital tomorrow night. Andrew, you're going to have the call of that game, and it will get going round about 9:35 Eastern.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Back on home ice for the Terps. Again, the game will be on both the Delaware Hockey Network and the Maryland Hockey Network. And we still got about half of this game to go, and then we'll worry about tomorrow as Delaware continues to mount their pressure.
Sharp winning the attacking zone draw. Long shot from Flaherty. Ricochets off the backboards. This is backhanded clear by Andre Serra. A little help from Duchesne. Turning play back into the neutral zone. But the Hens come roaring back as this is backhanded by Kramer back into the Maryland zone. Flaherty could not keep the zone airtight. And Lipinski's on his horse to recover a rolling puck behind his own goal. He's met by the body of Patrick Harnan. Throwing a check at him behind the cage, forcing the turnover. Trying to walk in close. That was Tucker Healy, but he couldn't pave a path to the cage for his 8th of the season. Follow-up chance. Did make it on net, saved by Hooper. Here's Healy again, slowed up by the reaching stick of Ethan Sharp. And the puck is recovered just inside the Delaware blue line by Flaherty.
Great chance there for the Terps. That was Travis Duchesne standing all alone in front, and he got a good shot off on Hooper. Big save by the Blue Hen goaltender.
7 to go here in the second period. 33 minutes of scoreless hockey from Fred Rust Arena. In ACHA Men's Division I action, Arizona State lead Delaware 2-0 from Chicago at the end of the first period. Engelman to Wogish from the right dot. Couldn't control the puck. It was nearly poked out of the zone by Healy, but Lipinski heading off for a change, protected. The Quinn shot off the follow-up into the pads of Adams, and this goes out for a stoppage.
That was a really good play there by Jake Quinn, number 9 in white. You saw him. He saw his teammate with the puck in the corner and just decided to do a little backward skate right into some open area, get himself open for a shot, and was able to rip that one-timer on net. Good save by Patrick Adams, but a really smart play from the Delaware Blue Hen forward.
Hens regaining control in the neutral zone after Quinn won the faceoff. Engelman rings this hard behind the cage, around to the far corner where Joey Wogish was double-teamed. He plays the puck back the other direction, but it's recovered by Maryland's Luke Mohan. Mohan will skate this up the near boards, using Waters as a screen to gain the Delaware zone, but he lost the puck. Wogish recovering for the Hens. Buckman up the right wing boards to Quinn, centering pass just above the line to Mahalios, got tied up in Waters' skates. Quinn tried to deke past Waters after recovering. Wogish offering support, protects for the Hens and pulls back into his own territory. Wogish with those long flowing strides back into Maryland's end. Drop pass to Mahalios. He was steered behind the net by Teske. He works this around to Buckman. Redirect from Quinn made it on net. Scrambling for the save was Adams. That his 18th stop of the night. Make it 19 as Buckman launches one in from distance, and Adams again holds.
Patrick Adams has had to been very good as of recently. Delaware continuing to mount that pressure, and the Terps, they're going to have to switch something up here. It just hasn't been working over the past, let's say, 10 or 12 minutes. Delaware has been bringing that pressure, and they are sniffing at a goal.
Fourth line on for the Delaware side. Variale with the face-off win. Flom shot was off its intended mark. Greco to Variale. Third line on actually for Delaware is Vinny moved up from the fourth line center spot to serve as a third line winger alongside Greco and Flom, as we haven't seen Lawson in action for a while after the board. Inside the final 5 minutes of the second period. Shot from Warner into traffic net front. Here's Body winding up. Blockered into the glass by Hooper. Schreibman back deep into his own zone. Pressured by the forechecking Josh Flom, who forces the turnover. Kramer sweeps in to recover the puck. He sets up a Greco shot from the right dot. It was off its mark. Fleming holding for the Blue Hens. Came up to the near half wall before carrying the puck behind to Flom. Kramer. Fleming just held the zone. Kramer tried to throw it across to the far side, but the puck was deflected by Michael Schreibman back into neutral territory. Good pressure from the Maryland second line forward on the defensive.
Like you said, James, Flom made that entire play happen just from his forecheck, forcing that turnover by Michael Schreibman, and the rest followed. But again, that forecheck so important if you want to get sustained zone pressure, getting in on pucks, checking, making sure you are separating the man from the puck. Josh Flom did it perfectly there.
Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician's an important player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. Shockwave therapy, nutrition, everything in between, you name it. Dr. Brad Bly does it all for athletes of all ages and abilities. Learn more about his offerings at desportsmed.com. Final 3 minutes of the second period. Who will break this 0-0 deadlock?
That's the question, James. Delaware's been all over it recently. Here comes Trevor Drake.
There it is. Trevor Drake up the middle. Pots his 8th of the year. And the Maryland Terrapins
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful stuff from number 13 in black. Trevor Drake said, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm had enough of this 0-0 tie. And Trevor Drake, dangling through the defense of the Blue Hens, puts it past Joey Hooper, and the Terps take the lead 1-0 here with 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go in period number 2.
And it was Alex Sandell with the assist on Drake's 8th goal of the season.
Beautiful stuff. Again, Trevor Drake, he had enough of the scoreless tie, and Trevor Drake found his way through center ice and made it happen. The toe drag around the defender, and he beats Joey Hooper over the blocker off the post and in, and that is the first goal of the game. And it took almost 40 minutes to do it, but finally we have a score. It's the Terps on the board, and that is a huge one, as Delaware had been mounting the pressure over the past several minutes. And now we get another offensive zone draw for the Terps. Tucker Healy wins this one. Terps looking to keep that pressure going. What can they build off of that momentum swing on that goal?
Maryland goal, 8th of the season, scored by number 13, Trevor Drake, assisted by number 3, Alex Sandell. Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 9 seconds in the second period. Drake's 8th from Sandell at 17:09.
And James Patrick Adams just made a huge save. A cross-crease pass found its way to Mihalios, and a huge pad stop for number 30 in black. Keeps this a one-goal game.
Third time a charm on the graphics. There it is. Drake from Sandell, 17:09 in the second period. As Delaware tries to mount a counterattack, but the Mihalios shot from distance was just off its mark. Had a bit of a hiccup there in the control room getting that goal drop down for you, but due credit ultimately given. As you saw, it was Trevor Drake with his 8th of the year. Neil Sarek, near corner. Advances this to Mihalios. Back to Neil Sarek at the point. He's checked off the puck. Mihalios protects. He drives his way in toward the net. He tried to set up Kramer. That was loose in front and covered up by Adams for the pause.
Wow, that puck got through Patrick Adams and sat right along the goal line, and they're giving him the goal.
We're going to watch it again right here.
Wow, that was close. An emphatic signal from the referee, and James' body is furious. And I believe James'
body. Tail
body
end of the replay. That puck looked just over the line.
Wow, that was close.
So we're tied 1-1. I thought Adams had frozen it.
I thought so as well. That puck squirted through. I do not know. I guess the ref was in a good spot there to see it. It was tough to tell from here. We have no idea if that went in. And I'm not sure it went in, but the call is the call, and we seem to be tied at 1.
We'll give it another look.
Unbelievable stuff.
We're getting 14-16 from downstairs. We'll confirm it on tape as this game comes to its final, or this period comes to its final half minute.
Yeah, down to the final 30 seconds of this period, and that's all it takes, James. It's a funky bounce. It's something that pulls your team right back into this game. and we're not sure. Maybe the whistle blew before it or what happened.
It's a continuation rule in effect this year too, so
right.
There is that.
So, but the goal stands. We dropped the puck, and we are tied at 1 as the final seconds tick up the clock here in period 2. Look out, maybe one more chance. Oh, off the crossbar. Brian Kramer at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness.
Delaware goal, 10th of the season, was scored by number 14, Brian Kramer. Assisted by number 16, Dimitri Mahalios, and number 2, CJ Mielcerek. Time of the goal, 19:13 in the second period. Kramer's 10th from Mahalios and Mielcerek at 19:13. At the end of 2 periods, the score stands Delaware 1, Maryland 1. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the second intermission.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. About to get going with the third period of what stands a 1-1 hockey game. And we're going to take you to the Delaware goal from Dimitri Mahalios, and we're going to slow this way down as we did see this puck entirely over the goal line. Third period about to get underway.
Yeah, you can see it right there coming out behind Patrick Adams.
Right there.
Yep, right there. It is over the goal line. And Dimitri Mahalios will get credited with the goal. And that is what tied the game up. Inches, maybe not even an inch.
It's long been said baseball is a game of inches. I think we can say the same for golf. And here we can say an icing will send the Blue Hens back into their own zone with 24 seconds elapsed in this third period. Ethan Sharp in for the defensive zone draw. Across from Healy. And this goes Maryland's way. Friendly fire as that shot from Teskey.
Penalty upcoming.
Caught a Maryland body, and a cross-check is signaled.
Yep, this is going against the Blue Hens.
Against Delaware.
That's going to be, I believe, Flaherty. Yep, Patrick Flaherty heading to the box. Cross-checking is the call. So early here in period number 3, not even 30 seconds in, and the Terps are right back to the power play. They're 0 for 2 today, but looking to get 1 for 3.
Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kills starting for the Blue Hens. 29 seconds into the third period. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 3, Pat Flaherty, 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 29 seconds in the third period. Flaherty 2 for cross-checking at 29 seconds in the third. Going back to that Mahalios goal, it was his 4th of the season. Correction on that. Mahalios with his 4th, assisted by C.J. Mielcerek. And again, that was at 19-13 in the second period. Hens trying to maintain their momentum on an aggressive PK. But Alex Sandell comes barreling back in. He floats the puck just over the line. In behind the Delaware goal around the near side, where Drake recovered. The lone Maryland goal scorer of the game. Fired a cross-ice pass to Duchesne. Puck launched in. Cleared out by Mielcerek. He's killing this penalty together with Flom, Greco, and Getz.
This Delaware penalty kill has been on it tonight. Super aggressive, getting in passing lanes, and they've been breaking up everything the Terps have thrown at them.
Faking the slapper was Healy. He steers behind the cage, around to the near dot, where he's met by the reaching stick of Greco. Anthony Greco recovering the puck for the Blue Hens, but surrounded by black sweaters, he couldn't clear. Teskey pump fake at the left point before releasing the shot. His slapper from 61 was batted aside by Joey Hooper. Final 10 seconds on the Flaherty cross-check. Duchesne, one too many stick handles net front, got checked off the puck. Here's a one-timer from Tomaszewski, which was just wide. Bless you. Shot made it on net from Teskey. Tomaszewski had wide open net to work with on the rebound chance, but couldn't find the back of the cage from the edge of the paint.
Chance after chance there for the Terps on the end of that power play. Really, really good chances there on Joey Hooper. Hooper was up to the task, and it was Tucker Healy there right in front. He was trying to jam away at that puck. Hooper had slid out of his cage and was able to come back and make the save, but the Terps able to mount some pressure there at the end of that power play. Again, that Delaware PK has been really, really good, played very aggressive, getting in passing lanes, and they were able to kill off the third Terps power play of the night.
Buckman from the point, off the attacking zone draw, which was controlled by the Hens. Launched the puck off the backboards. Here's Mahalios, the goal scorer for Delaware. Across to Engelman. That one blockered up into the netting and out by Adams for another save.
And a good save there by Patrick Adams. He went down, maybe a little early, but slid across, got that shoulder, that blocker up, and made the save. Up into the netting it went, out of play, face off to the right of him.
Nathaniel Dishner breaking through traffic, slowed up at the Delaware blue line by Buckman. Puck trails into the Delaware zone, studied by Hooper, and now carried by Joey Wogish off the flip forward from Engelman to just above the Maryland blue line before he lofts it off the corner boards and Quinn chases it down. Mahalios, part of that two-side battle, protecting for Maryland was Luke Mohan, and he works the puck behind his own net to Amon. Amon confronted by Mahalios, in for a goal, and 4 minutes in the box so far tonight. Mahalios with that long shot that trickled past Patrick Adams. The lone Delaware tally. Here a chance from Keenan Waters. Was sticked away by Hooper, good for save number 16. Good goaltending both ways, but a dearth of A-grade chances as through the first 40 minutes, it's been 2-2 in that department.
It's been very even, and again, I believe the face-offs after two periods were dead even at 19 apiece, which again, just showing how evenly matched these two teams are. No one wants to make that mistake. We've got 2 goals on the board now, but it's essentially 0-0, or back to even.
And stick taps galore to the source of these facts and figures here on the Delaware Hockey Network. The stat man, our production assistant, Eli Swope, a big help to the production behind the scenes, especially with setup and teardown, and of course feeding us all these pertinent facts and figures through the course of the game. Eli, we couldn't do it without you. We're glad to have you on board.
Shout out, Eli.
Nicholson was slowed up by Warner. Bouncing puck back in front of the scorer's table, recovered by Delaware's Sean Lipinski. Back to Flaherty it comes. Lipinski pressured by the forechecking Abdullayev. Elam Abdullayev recovering. He tried to center to Wilson, crashing the net, but he couldn't generate a chance from close range. Lipinski the other direction. Puck volleyed back by Body, but it was blocked down right at the Maryland blue line. Looked like Gavin Doyle might have gotten a piece of it manning the line. This is pushed through by Drake. Recovered by Variale. Flaherty up the middle. Here's Stamina one-on-one. But the reaching stick of the back checking James Body. Broke up that Delaware chance, looking for the go-ahead as we come to the 6-minute mark of the third period. We're deadlocked at 1 from Fred Rust Arena. This will be an icing against the Hens.
And expect, as we get into the later stages of the third period, expect the physicality to continue to ramp up. These teams, again, they're so evenly matched, something is going to have to swing one way or another, and each team is going to try to make that happen with the physical aspect of the hockey game. So we'll see how that ramps up as we keep going here. 6 minutes gone in period number 3.
A quick shot and a quick save from Hooper.
Look at it. Looks like the referee went down.
Johnny
Oh,
Poling
no.
went down. Oh, no. Did he back into somebody, or?
I didn't see. Getting up slowly.
John's back on his feet.
Oh, yeah, he just got tangled up there. Just looking at the replay. Got tangled up with Michael Schreiman and a blue hen. Can't quite see who it is, but fell hard. It looks to be all right.
Good to see John's back up and okay. Certainly one of the better officials in the region. Always does a great job. He and Rob Savastano, the two in the orange armbands tonight. James Mandel and Gavin Doyle, the lines people. Another solid crew here for tonight's game from Fred Rust Arena. And that's something I know we touch on a fair bit here on the Delaware Hockey Network. We are really fortunate to have
in this Mid-Atlantic region, from D.C. to New York and everywhere in between. A really talented pool of officials.
Yeah, it's such a tough job, and it's such a thankless job as well, but there are some really, really good ones that we see all around the ACHA and the ACCHL, and this is a really good squad here tonight. They've been keeping this game all under control, and again, so many good referees out there and linesmen. So, yeah, shout out to all the referees and lines people out there.
Have you ever officiated?
I have not, so a lot of respect to those who can.
I highly recommend it.
I would love to try it, but it's just never happened.
Coming to the 7-minute mark of the third period, here's Stam. Shooting from the top of the circle. Rebound is loose. Covered up by Adams before Kramer could reel in the rebound chance. Let's look at it again.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Is Brendan Stam walking his way right to the top of that slot. Kind of got a little bit far away from a grade A scoring area, but was able to get that shot off. And Patrick Adams was able to respond and clean up that rebound as well.
Kramer looming right at the top of the blue paint. Had a nose for that loose puck. But Adams denying him the second chance opportunity. A lot of games lately for this Delaware team and for the Delaware men's Division I team as well. Won and lost from 12 feet and in. Good on Kramer for winning that battle for position in the net front area, but better on Adams for slamming the door.
Absolutely. And the face-offs this period currently in favor of Maryland. That is 6-2. So Maryland dominating the face-off circle here in period number 3. A very underappreciated part of the game.
Quinn was steered to the far corner by Sandell on the re-entry. Here's Wogish.
Oh, big
Bodied
hit.
down, drawing the penalty.
Oh, goodness. And the helmet of Wogish came flying off.
Interference, says Savastano. Let's see it again.
Yeah, let's take a look here. Right behind the net on the end line. Sarah turning back to make the play. Wogish was not even looking at him.
That hit was high, too.
That hit did look a bit high, and if the helmet pops off, I mean, that says enough in its own. Not sure. Was it interference? Was that the official call?
That's what we saw Rob signal, yep.
So interference against Andre Serra, his second trip to the box of this game.
And Delaware is going to head back to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play.
Looks like we have a timeout here. Oh, no, we don't.
DESportsmed.com. The place to go. Turkey's on the table for the Blue Hens, 7:52 into the third period. And Sharp wins the attacking zone draw near side. The Maryland penalty was assessed to number 9, Andre Serra, 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 7 minutes, 52 seconds of the third period. Serra, 2 for interference at 7:52. Pivotal 120 seconds for both teams.
Absolutely. And this is
the prime opportunity for Delaware to break the tie. Maryland, if they can come away with a clean kill, shifts momentum in their favor just the same.
Absolutely.
Here's Kramer. Nobody home for the centering pass, and this sails back into the Delaware zone. Hooper steadies for Stam. Stretch pass. Kramer flips it across to Mahalios. Wogish and Sharp, the other two on this power play. A minute's gone. Joey Wogish, steered by Mohan to the far corner. Eamon clogging up the slot. Trying to shoot was Kramer from point blank range, but Adams comes up with his 23rd stop of the night.
That's a huge play by Luke Mohan, getting back defensively to break that up. Look out the other way.
Tomaszewski racing for the puck. Short range breakaway and a goal. Daniel Tomaszewski pots his 4th of the year. And the Terrapins are back in front.
What a play by the captain, Daniel Tomaszewski. Short-handed, he does it all himself. Intercepting the pass in his defensive zone. punching it ahead to get that breakaway going, and then he beats Joey Hooper 5-hole, 2-1 Terps. It's a shorty for Daniel Tomaszewski.
An absolutely gorgeous execution there from the defenseman from Rockville, Maryland, to pot his 4th of the season and put the Terps back in front. Now it's a 2-1 hockey game, and the Hens are caught back on their heels now, Andrew.
Absolutely, and they've got to get back to what they were doing well. Play on that physical side of the puck, get in on the forecheck, and start getting pucks towards the net. Look out!
Flaherty nearly, he had open net to work with, but that was deflected right at the edge of the paint.
Goodness, what a chance there for Jack Flaherty. Or Patrick Flaherty, excuse me, and then it hit the side of the net. Here's Flaherty again.
Maryland goal, his 4th of the season, scored by number 6, Daniel Tomaszewski. Time of the unassisted shorthanded goal, 9 minutes, 19 seconds in the 3rd period. Tomaszewski, unassisted, a shorthanded goal at 9:19. Quinn to Flom. Lipinski could not maintain. Harnan flips this puck back to center. Engelman throws a shoulder at Schreibman, but Schreibman keeps on ticking and drives into the Delaware zone. He and Quinn get tied up and then some. The puck ends up in the control of Joey Engelman as we enter the final 9:17 of the 3rd period. Maryland up 2-1 over Delaware thanks to Tomaszewski's shorthanded breakaway.
And keep in mind, the Maryland Terrapins have lost 11 games in a row. This is such a huge opportunity to come out of here with a win, and now they lead with less than 9 minutes to go in regulation after a shorthanded goal.
Regardless of the result, we will do it all again tomorrow. As this game will be simulcast on both the Delaware Hockey Network and the Maryland Hockey Network.
And with 8.5 minutes to go, Terps still looking to mount some pressure. Obviously, a 1-goal lead is not, don't think it's going to be enough to finish this game out. So they got to keep the pressure on, keep dumping pucks in, play simple. But again, when you have those chances, you have to capitalize. We're going to get a bunch of fresh bodies on the ice now. 8:17 on the clock remaining here in period number 3.
So we'll look at what's up tomorrow. Delaware Men's Division II at Maryland at the Gardens Ice House in Laurel, Maryland. Opening puck drop scheduled for 9:35 p.m. And the game will be simulcast on the Maryland Hockey Network with Andrew Rich on the call.
Yes, sir. It'll be me and my broadcast partner, Andy Parr. We'll be on the call from our home rink. So thank you for hosting us tonight, and it's our job to host tomorrow.
And the Delaware Hockey Network will provide the legwork behind the scenes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This has been a really fun collaboration dating to the Mark McClure, Matt Facillo era.
Absolutely.
And here we are now. What is it, our 5th season of doing this together?
It's got to be, yeah. It's got to be close. I mean, as long as I've been here, obviously this is only my 2nd year, but, I mean, this is such a staple of the Maryland Hockey Network and obviously what you, James, have been able to do here in Delaware, and I love it. Every year it's so much fun to get to come here and call a game with you here, and we'll have the pleasure of hosting it tomorrow.
For me, it's enjoyable and rewarding to see what other programs have done building their broadcasts, and I like to think we're a little bit of a trailblazer, but
I can attest to that.
At the same time, to see what Mark and Matt have started and you've carried on at Maryland.
Absolutely.
To see what Carolo Pascal's doing with Breakout Sports Broadcasting covering Ryder and Rutgers and Widener and Ramapo, and it's just been really, really cool to look back as kind of the, okay, not kind of, as the elder statesman
100%.
in the conference.
I mean,
here we are pushing 40 and seeing you guys.
No,
young college students doing really great things.
It's
awesome, dude.
It really is. I mean, there's so many. Hockey is growing all over the place and all over the country and all over the world for that fact. And there's so many good broadcasters and so many people who put in so much time and effort to making these games watchable for friends and family all over the place. And I hope to keep doing it for as long as I possibly can. This is the best job, if you can even call it a job, in the world.
This is an icing against Delaware with 6:45 to go. And I'm going to counter that, Andrew, and say, because you put in the time, you put in the effort. The hard work is done the 4 days before the weekend.
Absolutely, yeah.
Monday through Thursday, watching tape, gathering stats, learning the opposing team, and you do it right. You put in the time, you do your homework, and it shows. This is the fun part.
This is the fun part, 100%.
It is absolutely a job. And not only is this the fun part because we get to watch hockey and talk about it, but because of the people that we get to work with. Andy helping us out behind the scenes. Eli, Joe, Abito, the whole crew here at Fred Rust Arena who keep the place in tip-top shape and make it really enjoyable to come to work every weekend.
Yeah.
It's the people.
It absolutely is. I can't tell you how many people I have met, and Andy can attest to this, and Matt and Mark. We've met so many people over the years that, whether it's at the ACC showcase, at a home game, and an away game, just come up to us, say hi, say they watch the broadcast. That means the absolute world to us, and it makes all of the work worth it. And again, I really can't call this a job. This is so much fun for us.
And isn't it that much more rewarding when the kind words come from the quote-unquote other guys?
Absolutely. I mean, it's awesome. I think about last year at the ACC Showcase, even this year, parents of Rider and Delaware and UNC all coming up to us and just telling us, we do a great job. And, there's so many good – thank you. We appreciate it. That means so much. And but there's so many good teams out there. I'm just thinking about Chris Pierce down at Virginia Tech. Again, you mentioned Carollo at Rider. There's so many good teams and so many good broadcasting units out there, and if you ever get a chance to go watch any of those guys, please do. They put in so much time and effort and take away their free time to bring you the best possible broadcasts, and there's so many good people that do it.
Delaware Sports Medicine power play starting right now. As Quinn comes in for the attacking zone draw after Ilham Abdullayev was ruled guilty of a hold. So once again, turkey on the table for the Blue Hens. As the Terrapins find themselves down a man.
Yeah, huge opportunity here for the Blue Hens. They have a huge penalty to kill off here.
The Maryland penalty was assessed to number 10, Ilham Abdullayev, 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 21 seconds in the third period. Abdullayev, 2 for holding at 14:21. Flaherty's shot right down the pipe, caught and held by Patrick Adams for save number 24 with 4:51 to go, 72 seconds left on the penalty clock against Abdullayev.
Both goalies have been so good tonight. Hooper, Adams, what a good matchup this has been, and they've stood up to the test.
Kramer lost sight of the puck, working below the goal. Steers it up the near wall. Mahalios leaving this to Stam. Stam flips it off his backhand to Sharp in the near corner. Back this comes. Tied up by Stam at the near half wall. Now a three-a-side battle for the vulcanized rubber, taking us to the final 4 1/3. Mahalios. Top of the zone, one-timer, Wogish scores! Joey Wogish gives the Hens a Delaware Sports Medicine power play goal, and it's 2-2.
James, you knew the final score was not going to be 2-1. Joe Wogish just proving it. Great pass there from the top. That came from Mahalios. Joe Wogish winding up for that 1T, and he lets it go, as you can see, beating Patrick Adams low. And we are tied at 2. Boy, this is going to be some ending here from the Fred Rust Ice Arena.
You are not kidding, Andrew. I'm going to say it right now. Next goal wins.
I think you're right, James. I think you're right.
.4:14 remaining. Joey Wogish out of the lineup for the beginning of the season. Here, Potts' third of the year. Oh, Delaware goal! His third of the season. Scored by number 24, Joey Wogish. Assisted by number 16, Dimitri Mahalios. And number 11, Brendan Stam. Time of the power play goal, 15 minutes, 46 seconds in the third period. Wogish's third from Mahalios and Stam at 15:46, a power play goal. Blue Hens back within a goal in ACHA Men's Division I competition. They trail the Sun Devils of ASU 2-1 in the second period in Chicago. Here in Newark, it remains 2-2 as we enter the final 200 seconds of regulation. Harnan to Body. Back it comes to Harnan. He tried to shoot from the top of the right circle, but that chance was blocked. Kramer through traffic. He and Stam together in a 2-on-1. Kramer body down. Stam's shot was blocked. Puck bounces through the slot. Lipinski looked like he took a blindside hit in the slot. He's slow to his feet. And at the other side, the Healy shot is caught and held by Hooper for the pause.
Yeah, Lipinski
again.
Yeah, Lipinski real slow to get up there. Let's see what happened. Yeah, just took a kind of a flyby hit there from Patrick Harnan. I don't think it was anything egregious, but Sean Lipinski was slow to get up. He is back on his feet, heading back to the bench. This faceoff going to be an offensive zone draw for the Terps, as Joey Hooper covered that shot from Tucker Healy.
2:45 to go from Fred Rust Arena. Wogish with the game-tying goal. Could not get past Amon, clogging up the top of the zone for Maryland. Buckman hustles back. He steers the puck off his backhand to Dimitri Mahalios. This is Quinn, 2:15. Long shot caught and held by Patrick Adams for save number 25. Face-off coming to Adams' right.
I think we have a timeout.
Delaware is going to take their timeout, and so are we on the Delaware Hockey Network. We'll be back momentarily.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena, Blue Hens taking their timeout with 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. In a 2-2 hockey game. It was Joey Wogish. With the game-tying goal for the Blue Hens. And the Delaware Blue Hens have themselves an attacking zone face-off. Coming up as this game Enters deep stretch. Jake Quinn in for the attacking zone draw across from Mohan, but Mohan steered the puck behind his own net. Trying to clear was Amon. This is advanced by Waters to Dishner. That shot from the top of the circle under pressure from Engelman made it on net, sticked away by Hooper for save number 22. Final 2 minutes. Here's Sharp. This came back to Getz at the point. He failed to hold the zone. Milseric to Sharp. Holding the line was Milseric. Up the middle this comes Stam Kramer. Shot from the top of the circle was wide. Final minute and a half officially in the third period of a 2-2 game.
We got a penalty upcoming here. Who's this going to go against? It looks like it's Milseric heading to the box.
It does.
It appears that way, so I believe the Terps are going to be on the power play here with a minute 25 to go. And I think an elbow may be the call.
We'll see what we have from downstairs. It is going to be a Maryland timeout. We know that.
Yep, elbowing the official call from downstairs. And a huge, huge moment here in this game.
Timeout signaled by Maryland. And they'll have 85 seconds of a regulation power play here.
Man, James, what a game this has been. A minute and 6 seconds on the clock. And, of course, this power play will bleed over into overtime if necessary.
So 66 seconds left. As the time was rectified.
There we go. It wasn't moving there for a little bit, but we got it figured out.
19 seconds. We're good to go.
Here we go.
This penalty signal, or this penalty assessed at 18:54. As this power play begins for the Terrapins. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 2. C.J. Milseric, 2 minutes for elbowing. Time of the penalty, 18:54 in the third period. Milseric 2 for elbowing at 18:54.
Another penalty upcoming. This is again going to go against the Blue Hens.
34 seconds to go, and the Hens are going to go down a second as Buckman's is ushered off.
It's a cross check,
says Poling.
Wow. So a huge chance here for the Terps if it wasn't already. Now you get a little bit more space out there. It's a 5-on-3. And for the Terps, take your time here. 34.3 seconds. Find something and put this puck towards the net. What do they have here?
The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 26, Michael Buckman. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 25 seconds of the third period. Buckman 2 for cross-checking at 19:25. Final 11. Winding up and shooting was Duchesne. This is covered by Hooper, and we've got a pause.
Man, the Delaware bench wanted a penalty there on Tucker Healy for holding the stick. I believe it was Flaherty whose stick he had. Delaware bench was jumping. They don't get the call. Final 5 seconds of regulation.
Flaherty's going to try to trap the puck and send this to OT, and that's exactly what happens.
Wow.
Wow is an understatement.
Oh, my goodness.
At the end of regulation, the score stands Delaware Blue Hens 2, Maryland Terrapins 2. Regulation shots on goal, Maryland 25, Delaware 27. We now advance to a 5-minute overtime. Under even strength circumstances, it is played 3-on-3. However, with 2 Delaware penalties currently in effect, it will start 5-on-3, advantage Maryland. At the first stoppage following the expiration of the first Delaware penalty, we will revert so that the shortest-handed team has 3 skaters on the ice at any given time. So, when the Mulceric penalty expires, we'll be 5-on-4. If the Buckman penalty has not expired at the first stoppage from then, we'll go 4-on-3 until the Buckman penalty expires. Then it's 4-on-4. Then the next stoppage, we'll come back to 3-on-3. Goalies change ends for the overtime. Good luck to both teams.
And James, currently the face-offs in favor of Maryland 33-27, and grade A chances also in favor of the Terps 5-4. Oh my goodness, Eli, thank you for that. Here we go. Sudden death overtime. It's a 5-on-3 for the next little bit here. We'll see if the Terps can end it.
.30 seconds left on the 5-on-3. As this gets covered up by Hooper for save number 24. .28 seconds left, 5-on-3. Holding the point is Teske. Cross-ice feed, Tomaszewski. Stick handles, pressured by Lipinski. Healy driving in. Shot off the pads of Hooper. He comes back for the secondary save.
What a save by Joe Hooper. The first save on Tucker Healy. It's a big rebound that finds its way to Brian Teske, and he winds up for it. But Joey Hooper confidently sliding out makes a huge stop.
A pair of rapid-fire saves from the Delaware netminder. But the Terrapins seal it in overtime, just 50 seconds in.
Unbelievable. It's been a long time since I've been able to say this, but the Maryland Terrapins have won a hockey game. 3-2 is the final in overtime. Daniel Tomaszewski is the hero, his second of the night. Oh boy, what a feeling this is for the team. They really, really needed this one, and a huge couple of conference points they pick up. What a game.
And the Hens will try to even the series tomorrow in Laurel. The Maryland goal, 5th of the season and 2nd of the game. Scored by number 6, Daniel Tomaszewski. Assisted by number 5, Tucker Healy, and number 13, Trevor Drake. Time of the game-winning goal, 50 seconds in overtime. Tomaszewski's 5th from Healy and Drake at 50 seconds in overtime. The final score, Maryland Terrapins 3, Delaware Blue Hens 2. Final shots on goal, Maryland 29, Delaware 27. Fans, it's time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Tonight's third star, backstopping Maryland to victory with 25 saves, goalie number 30, Patrick Adams. The number 2 star with the game-tying goal for Delaware, number 24, Joey Wogish. And the number 1 star of the game with 2 goals for Maryland, including the game winner, number 6, Daniel Tomaszewski.
What an incredible game. It was such a slow start. Not much really happened until about halfway through this game. It was the Terps who got on the board first, Trevor Drake. Delaware was able to even it up. We headed to the third. It was a tie game. It was actually Delaware up 2-1. Oh, man, what a game. The Terps crawled back, and after an 11-game losing streak, this is a much, much needed one, and this is going to be a fun couple of hours on the car ride home.
So Maryland improving to 5-10-4 on the year. Delaware drops to 12-11-2. And Andrew, the best part, we get to do it all over again tomorrow.
Oh, I can't wait. And let's take a look here. This is the game-winning goal.
We'll get to the game-winning goal. Be patient. We look at a few of the highlights from the night.
I apologize.
For Andrew Rich, for the whole crew, MJR, Broadway Joe, Eli Swope, Josie, Zach, Butler, everybody behind the scenes who make the Delaware Hockey Network possible. James Witherite saying thank you for joining us tonight. Joey Wogish with the game tire there. And here, that overtime game winner from Daniel Tomaszewski to seal a 3-2 win for the Maryland Terrapins. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.